Who is the fake Oden? Who was fighting Jack? Is Luffy fucked? This week, Oda gave us the answers to those questions and more, but the big question is, do you want consistency in your One Piece content? If the answer is yes, then click that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. Now, this is my thoughts on and review for One Piece Manga Chapter 1008, titled The Leader of the Atamayama Thieves Brigade, ASHURA DOJI. Let's just rip the band-aid off. It's Kanjuro, and no surprise, Orochi is alive as well, just causing chaos around Onigashima, just burning the place to the ground. Now, Kanjuro's remotely controlled Oden does fool most of the scabbards, with the exceptions of ASHURA DOJI and Raizo, the latter of whom points out that they did witness Oden's death, proving that as long as Toki was upfront with her limits on her fruit, unfortunately Oden was gone for good. But the big point of contention was Kanjuro's true target of Momo, and his drawing ultimately acting as a sacrificial distraction that unfortunately did succeed in defeating ASHURA DOJI. Now, whether Oda severely injured Ashura or killed him remains to be seen, but it could be heavily implied that he perished due to the silent panels just focusing on the distressed expressions on Kinemon, Kiku, and Raizo's faces. However, I won't speculate any further due to Oda's track record with deaths throughout the series, and even in Wano alone, having examples in both directions, ranging from Yasue's execution to the mountain god getting sewn back together after being sliced in fucking half down the jaw to the anus. The fuck? At least we get Jack to cross paths with the scabbard after dispatching the remaining minks in the area. And this also indirectly confirmed that Sanji chose to protect Momo, although he's still en route. Now, Inarashi does stay behind to take Jack 1v1, with both of them being heavily injured but also lacking their respective trump cards of Sulong and poison gases. So it's a little bit more one-on-one. I like that Inu actually made it out that it's less about the personal history between the two characters and more just making sure he stays out of the way. It's actually pretty neat. And we do get to see that Momo has gained further control of his abilities, transforming back into normal off-panel with minimal difficulty, even making the comparison to his previous inability to do so in any fashion. Now, this prompts Yamato to compare Momo's capabilities to Kaido, but also hope for Luffy's safety, as well as, Luffy not taking Kaido out right away, so Yamato can get some shots in on dear old Daddy Dearest. And surprisingly, Momo lets us know, and Shinobu, that Luffy is alright, and that actually leads us to transition back to the rooftop to confirm Momo's claims, which is weird because I'm sure almost every single one of us was expecting most of the worst generation to be laid out, half dead, or slightly injured. Maybe not as bad as the scabbards were, obviously, because they still need to win at the end of the day, but nonetheless, we were expecting them to be considerably more, injured, and they're okay. In fact, even Luffy's doing way better than expected. Now, the passage of time isn't really, noted or anything, but Luffy is at least on his feet with enough energy to charge in, get knocked back, and then charge right back in as if nothing happened, which obviously he's taking some damage. Kaido knows hockey, otherwise he wouldn't have ever damaged Luffy prior, period. With the current air quotes plan stated to separate Big Mom and Kaido, we finally get a glimpse of Kaido's hybrid form. And personally, while I like the details, I feel like the panel that it's shown in doesn't really do the form justice, and it more suits Big Mom and, shows exactly how terrifying she is in comparison. Now, personally, I like this chapter. It gave us a lot of content and moved the plot along, yet it doesn't feel as earth-shattering as the other chapters of 2021, despite still being as awesome as it really is. Now, what are your thoughts on the chapter, and is anyone disappointed in all the overthinking we did on the fake Oden. And I know many people were betting on Katarina Devon, for example. Now, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like on the video, as it seriously helps the channel out. And speaking of channels, the gaming channel is gonna have a resurgence pretty soon. One of the main reasons I didn't do the second video I promised last week is because I've actually been spending a lot of time recording for that channel. The editing is probably gonna take place during most of this week, but around next week there should be a consistent upload of content on that channel. So if you want to check that out, please feel free. And I might stream a little bit here and there on Twitch. Now, this has been Smalls of Black Knight Anime and Manga. Till next time, stay safe.